In light of all of the recent conversations and newest wave of anti-Semitism in this country, I want to talk about Jewish people and money. Do we really control the world's banks and all of the world's money? No. But we do have a lot of money per capita. So we only control about 1.2% of the entire world's wealth, but we make up an even smaller 0.2% of the world's population. So why are we so good with money? Is it a conspiracy theory? No, it's actually simple history. Back in the Middle Ages, we were just a bunch of farmers. And then a certain religious group kicked us off of all of our farmland and forced us to become merchants and salespeople, business people, doctors and lawyers. Why were we so well suited to become doctors and lawyers and other professions that required a ton of education? Well, it's simple. Judaism requires that we be literate. It requires that we be educated. This is from the Pew Research Center. As you can see, Jewish people have, on average, more than 40% more years of education than the next closest group. Wow, I cannot believe that the people with the most education tend to be really good with money. I am shocked. I mean, seriously, if you know any Jewish people, just ask them how their parents feel about education. I have a bachelor's degree, and I am by far the least educated member of my family. Speaking of my family, from a very early age, we were all pretty much taught to be our own boss. They always said, "You can't fire yourself." So most of us are self-employed in one way or another. And do you think perhaps it's more profitable to be an owner of a business or an employee in a business? Equity. So beyond certain historical factors that forced us into professions that required a lot of education that we were obviously very well suited for, there are some very present day traditions that we still uphold today. And that is the bar and bat mitzvah. That's when at the age of 13 you become an adult in the eyes of the community. You read a Torah portion in front of the entire congregation and show your literate proficiency. But in addition to that, you also dissect and analyze the Torah portion that you're reading. They actually want to know your take on it. We are required to interpret it and apply it to modern day life. So this gives very young Jewish kids the notion that, hey, my opinion matters. I'm able to have my own opinion. I'm able to be creative, and I'm able to interpret this in my own way. I matter. You think this doesn't help them later in life in business and in finance and in their career? And another important thing that happens during the bar bat mitzvah is that most everybody in the congregation gives you money. You're not expected to spend this money on toys or bicycles or anything like that. So from the age of 13, almost every little Jewish boy or girl is given a bunch of money and they're taught how to invest it. They're taught how to manage it. They're taught how to make it work for them. So yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory. We are quite simply taught from a very early age to have a healthy relationship with money. And money is openly discussed at the Jewish dinner table. That was definitely not the case for my non-Jewish friends when I went to their house for dinner. Anyways, y'all can hate all you want, but there's no grand conspiracy theory. It's just historical fact and a religious requirement to focus on education.